in this open area in the top corner without thinking about vanishing points. I'm going to challenge you a little bit. I want you to draw a rectangular surface. And since we don't have vanishing points, we just have to keep in mind that these lines should be converging and these lines should be converging. Now I'm looking at a little bit more of the left side of this rectangular cube than I am the right side. Which means that the vanishing lines moving to the right vanishing point are going to be converging a little bit quicker than these, because essentially I've got a scenario like this going on with that, but I'm below the horizon line. So these are converging slower and these are converging quicker because I'm seeing less of this face. Sketch this in extremely lightly if you can. Now what I want you to do is we're going to draw in two planes that are essentially at like an X configuration running right through this cube. So as you guys learn in Summer Op, and we'll learn a lot this semester, we'll use the cube or a rectangular cube as the basis for creating a lot of our drawings. So I just want you to connect the corners of this. You can make your cube invisible or ghosted in. And then I want you to find that intersection where those two planes are. So what we're doing is we're drawing two planes that create an X in the middle of this rectangle, which may help to illustrate how these vanishing points change a little bit more. So I'm just going to darken that in. And so now look at our original vanishing lines. We're coming out like so, and then going back like this. But since we changed the angle of each of these faces, now these vanishing points change and would go towards a different vanishing point on the horizon line, just like these cubes did. And the same thing would happen with this. And look at how these are almost parallel. These are going to take forever to converge, and they'll be way, way over to the right once they met up with the horizon line. And I'm just going to differentiate this just a little bit with some hatching across there. So here's what I'm looking for on these exercises. One is that you're focused on proportion. The other is that you have an understanding of vanishing lines and where these things should be going, and all the lines that should be going towards the same point are going towards the same point. And then also just enough variation in line weight that we can differentiate what we intend the viewer to see from our construction lines. So I'm looking for a great variance in between this construction line and some of these lines for this plane. Now the change in these vanishing lines will lead to what I want you guys to do for homework. And that is, I want you to divide this next page, these next two pages, up into quadrants. Let's see, this was exercise 10. This last one would be exercise 11 and 12. I'm trying to correspond these to the videos and when I start and stop recording the videos. And so our homework is going to be 13. And what I want you to do is I want you to take 5 textbooks or coffee table books or any type of book, and I want you to stack them on top of one another, but rotate them to where they're not all even. And I want you to sketch I want you to do that 4 different times. I want you to rotate some of those, and I want you to pay attention to where those vanishing lines are going and how they change when the book is rotated on top of one another. Just pay attention to what's going on with those vanishing lines. And then I'll leave you with that until next Tuesday. Wait, I got a question real quick.